and a great goal by Arturo.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another interview or conversation, if you'd like. I'm here with none other than Carlton's rock at the back, Arturo Garzon Diaz. How are you, Arturo?
Good, good.
Or
very
should I
good.
call you George? Because
George.
that's what Sharps told me. You introduced yourself as George when you first came to Carlton.
Yeah, it's actually a big one. But no, normally I like to be known more as Arturo. My full name is Jorge Arturo Garzon Diaz, which is why I first of all started like George, but it's too much of a headache, so Arturo will be better.
Did you message Sharps on Facebook, correct? And he knew your name was Arturo.
I think back there in my Facebook, I showed myself as Arturo. So that's how he would know about it.
And then you came and said your name's George. He must have laughed.
Yeah, it was actually pretty funny story, because I text the Facebook group, and the first time I was training, I'll go to him like, yeah, my name is George. So I introduced myself as George to every single one. And once we start playing, start training, I start moving the ball around, and out of the sudden, everyone will call my name. Hey, George, pass me the ball, pass me the ball, pass me the ball. I will never turn around, never. And then she was like, hey, what's going on? Your name's not George. What's the other name? Oh, on Facebook. Oh, Arturo. Yeah. Arturo. Boom, it's straight away. Turn around. Yeah, that's your real name. No way you're going to be known as George.
That's good, that's good. Well, we're here at Brunswick Futsal Oz. You're obviously renovating a lot here. This is where you've been working during the coronavirus pandemic. Are you working hard?
Of course. I would say that, at least personally, I always consider that we have to give 100% in whatever we do. Yeah. So either it's refereeing, cleaning, doing any admin job, anything, any job that you're meant to do, you have to do. Just have to put 100% on it, and then just hope for the better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Growing up in Colombia, was futsal your main sport? Did you play football or anything else?
Yeah, actually, well, back in Colombia, it's playing futsal is more than common, because you can find a lot of courts just in the streets.
Okay.
So I will play most of the time. I will be playing futsal.
Like street soccer.
Yeah, exactly. Most like street soccer. We do have soccer as well, but I consider myself more in the streets. Yeah. I grew up in my city was Tunja, back in Colombia, and where I grew up, it was like a small neighborhood. We had 3 main streets, and at the end of the streets there will be a futsal court.
Okay.
So we will go every single night from maybe Thursday to Sunday, knocking every single one on the doors. Hey boys, let's gonna go out.
It's amazing.
So instead of going maybe to parties at the age of maybe 15, 16 going on, we didn't go to as many parties as say you will do. So we would just knock on the doors, get out, let's gonna get a ball, boom, start playing in the park.
Do you miss that?
Oh, I miss it a lot. I miss it. We talk too much with the boys these days, like, hey, do you remember how good it used to be? And going out, we will go out maybe at 7:30 or 8 p.m. I will play like a championship or something, finishing about 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
Wow.
And the winner will get like big soda with. It will be a laugh. It will be a laugh for sure. And at the very end, all of us will be. Yeah, everyone's in the same team. You know what? Let's gonna go everyone for the drinks. Yeah, nice. And that's it.
You say it's a laugh, but I watch you when you play SFV. I've spoken to some teammates. They say that you don't like to have fun when you play. You're very serious. I'm sure we can get a lot of clips of you screaming at your teammates, at the referees, at everyone. What do you say to people who think you're too strict?
I don't know. Lately, I've been watching the Michael Jordan documentary as well. Came along not
an amazing documentary. Yeah.
Very, very good. And I like to think as myself as someone that can push myself and my teammates to get to a higher standard.
Yeah.
So I would say that's the only thing where I would scream out. I will always yell at someone, not to punish them, but to try to make them better. Yeah. So if you can do something better, if I can do something else to help someone else, for sure I will try to do it. To the referees, are always they're always you're always gonna have something to say, but during the game, there is not much that you can do for the referees to change an opinion.
Yeah.
So just get along with it. That's it. Whoever it is, I always tell. I remember a couple of times playing with Sharps, he gets to yell every single time to the referees.
Yeah.
And I can't count how many times I've been telling just shut up, turn around, and let's go for the next ball. That's it. That's what I will try to remind every single one.
It's easy to get a photo of Sharps yelling at the referee. We got so many. We have so many. So Carlton was your first team when you started playing Series Futsal Victoria. In the early days, you won 1 state championship, 3 SFVs in a row, amazingly. Also 1 FOS Cup as well, and an SFA. How did it feel to have so much early success? Did you realise how hard it is to win so much in such a small amount of time?
Honestly, now that we look back at it, we see how big was all of this.
Yeah.
Because when I came into Carlton, I was just a guy who rocked up, wanted to play futsal. I used to play futsal back in Colombia, so wanted to play futsal here. Luckily, I came around with a really good bunch of boys who wanted to just play, give it all in the court, try as hard as we can to keep winning. So I started training in Carlton, and we started playing state championship. And we used to train at Thomastown, come and play at Brunswick. And back then, we used to have a really young squad with all the boys that got relegated, and boom, we'll have a great chemistry coming all together. So from that moment, it was I could feel really good going to the course, staying with boys, going around, going out. So at every stage, we will feel pretty nice about it. So walking into the court every single game, getting to win the championship, and after that, we just say, you know what we did today is not gonna either bother what we're gonna do tomorrow. So just focus on what we can do, and from that day, we keep focusing minute by minute, second by second. That was the mentality that we always had. And I think that's what took us to accomplish all of these successful trophies on the way.
Okay, yeah. So that team had plenty of good players that are still together, but players like Ate Ibrahim have moved on. It was you, Zach was in the mix at that point, Shabs, Ernie was in his prime as well, or prime, I'd say. There were so many amazing players, but what do you think really made you so good to beat Fitzroy 6-0 in that amazing game, to win SFV in the game decider? What did you have that the other teams didn't?
I would say we just have the desire, the hunger to go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say by that time we'll be having a great time together, not just as yelling in the court, being strong to each other, but always being like enjoying the moment at that time, enjoying the moment and wanting to push together. If we wanted to win, we had the desire, we had the hunger that maybe some of the teams were lacking, and we knew that momentum we just have to keep it ongoing, because in futsal, as you know, you can lose the momentum and everything can sweep around all the way.
Especially series futsal with those small courts.
So and even that happened to us when after we won the state championship, we went to the FOS Cup, I think. And I think in the first game or second game against Hume, we got slapped.
Yeah.
We lost like 6 or 7-0 or something like this.
Wow, yeah.
So those are something that we say, all right, we have the momentum going. We just have to keep challenging ourselves, keep trying to do as high as we can, and let's just finish the season as strong as we can.
Yeah. So, as well as all the domestic trophies, you won an SFA, as I said before. against GC Force from
Yep.
Queensland. How did it feel to win a trophy against an interstate team? I mean, we don't see much of it anymore. We don't see any of it anymore. So how did it feel? How does it feel now, really, to look back at it?
It's one of those times where you actually feel it like one of the big accomplishments on the career. Because looking back, we could see the big teams that were playing on that SFA. So we had the Wolves were playing really good. They were a good prime with some good players like Elvis Canson, who's playing now at the Victory. Sofiane, we had Hayden with Aaron Yu. We had some teams from Adelaide coming as well. Fusion, I think, was there. Same as Gold Coast Force, of course, great team. They have been doing great stuff for, I would say, 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
So looking as a club that's trying to do the things as best as we can and facing that opportunity that we know that you never get this kind of chance to make one title like this, we say, no, you know what, you just have to turn it on. And luckily, and we actually, I would say, it made us realize how big is all of it and actually getting bigger here in Australia. So this winning is just feeling awesome at this stage.
I can imagine. Well, after all that amazing success at Carlton, you made a move to Pascoe Vale. How did that happen?
Well, by that time, we were just, I think it was by the end of the season where we and Carlton lost a couple players. And I actually, Pascoe Vale has as you know, they play a really good futsal as well. I wanted to know how is the feel with them, how do they train futsal, so try to learn a little bit more of the structure of playing. So I tried to stay at Carlton for a while, and then the things didn't work away, and a couple players went to different clubs, and same as me, I take the move to Pascoe Vale, try to learn more about the futsal, which I personally did. Unluckily in that season we couldn't accomplish the league as we wanted to win it.
Are you happy with that season at Pascoe Vale?
I honestly think that we could have done much better. I honestly think that in that season we could have gone for the title, FS Cup, and even Clubs Cup maybe. I reckon we could have won it. Maybe didn't work away in a couple of matches that we lost. I would say in silly moments, but as every game it happens. You lose, you focus for 1 second, 2 seconds, boom, you cop a goal, and that was the end of the season. So those moments that you just need to keep focused every single time, and unluckily for us in that stage, it wasn't for us.
Yeah.
But I'm really grateful for that because I got to know Andre much better. I get to play with Ale. I get to play with Tyler, with Kevin, with a great bunch of kids, even Jakey, who was our keeper back then. Who was our keeper back then?
Can't remember.
I think Moe was our keeper, and Felipe back then was there.
How could you forget Felipe?
Of course, Felipe, the huge star as well.
Yeah,
so it was a really great environment to be part of. But yeah, that's what I took most of it. A great family feeling that you're just gonna be with it right now.
Mm-hmm. Who was your favourite Pascoe Vale teammate? Who would you love to see come to Carlton and play with you?
Oh, who would I love to come to Carlton? Let me see.
Actually, it doesn't have to be Pascoe Vale. It could be anyone in the league.
Oh, anyone in the league. That's
one
even
player.
Worst. One player. Oh, that's way too hard. One player. I would love to play. Jesus, I got to play with Tyler. With Tyler, we had a really good chemistry. With Kevin, Kevin is an amazing player.
Yep.
I'm just trying to choose one out of everyone, but it's really tough right now. Jesus. I would say actually I'll go maybe with Jimmy Sufis.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, it's actually.
You know,
maybe-
Alejandro put him on his list as well.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. I would say Jimmy because I don't know his knowledge of futsal goes more than a player.
Oh, everyone knows how smart
Exactly,
Jimmy is.
so-
He's got a nickname, the Professor.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I would say that's one of the biggest things, and I would say that his knowledge about futsal goes more than we actually think it is. So
Yeah,
that's one of
true.
the actually.
Very underrated. Very
Yeah,
underrated.
exactly. Very underrated. Yeah, it's true. Even though that he says that he's a right footer, but his left foot, he can't score some rippers with that left
And he'll
foot.
talk about it for a week. So we spoke about the many players you wish you could have on your team. But if you could give me the best five-a-side team in Series Futsal, who would you give me?
Best side team in futsal from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I will go with it's gonna be a tough one. But goalkeeper, I will go with Peter Tamburina. I would
yeah,
say
wow.
he's top of the list. And I would say as a flanker, I will go maybe with Atai. Atai is for sure one of the top players. I'll go with Scott. Scott, I'll go with Sharps, even though he's a very underrated player.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very underrated player.
I agree, yeah.
And Jace at the top, who will go target? Could be Kosi, yeah.
Golden Boot.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one
it
with,
is
with
Alejandro
too many
put-
big stars.
Alejandro-
Even Ali,
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
So it's a very tough one to decide. But I would say I'll have two spots that I always taken. Flanker Atai, I would just stay with Atai 100%.
Really? Wow.
Oh, 100%. And the keeper, Peter Tamburino, I would say I would stick with them too. And all the way around, I will go maybe my five with 2 or 3 subs will be Peter, Atai, Scott, Sharps, maybe at the front. Well, I mean between Lucas Vaz and Lokman Ramadan,
Oh, yeah.
them two up the front, and maybe as subs Tyler and Kosi.
Yeah.
There we
That's
go.
a good team.
There we go. That's what I would say about it.
You put Sharps at the back, right?
On the right, yeah. Right or left, yeah.
But a lot of people would say that you are the best defender in the league, playing from the back. What do you think?
No, I would say I have a good. I'm good to read the plays. The read how the game is moving. But Sharps, I think, has a different mentality. He always goes strong on the ball. He always is quick and sharp on it. But I do actually prefer, to be honest, Atai on that position. Atai, even though he's very young, he has a very, very good knowledge about futsal. He's a very smart player.
I think he's the most confident and comfortable player in the whole league.
Yeah, exactly. You can see him, and he maybe doesn't show it as much as everyone would expect, but he just goes as strong as he needs to go. He scores goals. He finishes. He's a great finisher, and he has the tricks just that you won't expect him to do.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the ball out of it somehow. So it's one of, and defending wise, same thing. Just goes strong on the ball. Great, able to hold it as well. I would stick maybe to him. In top of me, of course. So, but I would say for sure I might be the second up there.
Okay, yeah, okay. A lot of people, there's conflicting opinions. But you said Sharps was underrated. Is he the most underrated Carlton player, do you think?
Well, I would say it's a tough call. It's a tough call.
I know Tom Natoli's been
Yeah,
really putting people
I
on.
would say Carlton is still very underestimated now. Yeah, but right now we're just going through a phase where we're just going in a rebuilding phase. So couple of the players are very young, very young. Most of them want to keep learning on the game. Yeah? All of them have the pace, all of them have the technique, but they just need to understand a little more how's the system, how's the space, how to get used to it. That's the only thing. But yeah, I would say Shabs is one of the most underrated. I would say Josh as well. Josh Pulverenti,
the
the
teacher. Yeah.
I would say he's very underrated. Very, very underrated.
Yeah?
Very. His control of the ball, his position, he's very, very smart as well. He lacks some stuff, but he produces everything that he can on the pitch and on the court, and that's what exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you want him to do. Who else can we say? Thomas Natoli, very, very underrated. I would say Zaki as well. At some stages, they turns to be very underrated. But we have seen how good he can do when he turns it on.
So you've played a few seasons now. You've been here for a few years. What's been your favourite season so far? What season do you think you played the best in?
The best in.
I know you like to revise your games and watch your games over and over.
I do actually review it a lot. I like to evaluate myself. Julie, my girlfriend, she always have a look to me, and she always goes like, "How many times are you gonna watch these games?" But more than my goals, I'm actually trying to see what did I do wrong. Yeah, where could have done something much better for the team. And well, just going with that, I would say maybe the last SFV we won with Carlton, because that was the one where maybe I feel more comfortable in playing. Yeah, maybe on the seasons before that, I remember going to the games and feeling like a little bit shaky, maybe my legs a little bit heavier. I was getting excited because the crowd, not feeling comfortable on the league, not feeling comfortable. So after a while, I got kind of used to it, and then at that time, I got to push myself getting out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I would say the last SFV we won with Carlton is where I feel where I like the most.
Okay. Wow. All right. So I've spoken to a few of your teammates, and a friend of yours as well, Mazen Abdullah. He tells me that he likes to teach you how to goalkeep at training.
This guy. Oh my gosh.
What do you think? Do you genuinely want to try to learn a bit at training?
This guy. I'll tell you one of my inside. When I was really young, when I was in this school.
Well, yeah, my next question was about goalkeeping in Colombia. Yeah.
I normally tend to teach him how to keep to him. So the full story goes to when I was in the school back in Colombia, my dad used to be a soccer goalkeeper, and I didn't get to know that too much, but from what everyone says, he used to be really good. So apparently they will call him the cat.
Wow.
So he'll be a very, very good keeper. Going through the school, I would try to follow his steps.
Wow.
So he would go, I would be goalkeeper in outdoor, and he would kind of train me for a while, give me some advices, and I would take him on. After a while, I started playing goalkeeper in futsal as well, but there was a time where I just couldn't stand it. I want to get the ball, and every single time I catch the ball, I would just roll it and keep going on forward.
Yeah.
So that would tend to be a little bit most likely to play on the field. So after that, I started playing like a little bit, not in the goalkeeping, but I started playing as a fix normally. And well, I learned how to be a goalkeeper. I learned like the basic movements and everything. So everything goes up to be in we played one Nations Cup, the Nations Cup that Preston organized. So we put a Colombian team, and no one here knew that I know how to be goalkeeper. And in that tournament, we played for Colombia. We organized a team with Colombia. And we actually play a couple of games, and in one of those games, we're versing Brazil in the semifinal.
Who was in that team?
In that team, you can find Felipe Blay, you can find Kevin,
Oh, wow.
Enrique, Bruna. Oh, who else was there?
That's a good match.
That's a
Well,
good match.
That's a
exactly.
hard match for you.
Yeah, exactly. So for us to go into the game was like, oh, geez, it's gonna be against Brazil. Geez, they have the best keeper in the league. Oh, it's gonna be too crazy. But after a while, I said, you know what? We're gonna win this.
Yeah.
You're gonna win this. We're gonna win this. So luckily, same thing. I got the ball every single time that I got the ball. I would roll it, go forward. I would play fifth man. So
Yeah.
it would be kind of easy for me to keep the ball, the possession of the ball up there, and I will be a good shot stopper. So as soon as they will come back in the counter attack, I would make a save, and I pulled up like some very good saves, going to penalties.
Yeah.
We get to penalties on that tournament. So in the penalties, we were like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be. And in the penalties, I managed to save like 3 or 4 penalties. I saved like, I have no idea, maybe not sure if to Felipe or Enrique, but I managed to save like 2 or 3 penalties, and after a while, I think we end up scoring the winner.
Yeah,
And they were like, oh my God, you actually know how to keep. And I told Marcin, you know what, hey, you are a good goalkeeper, because he's a good goalkeeper. You cannot say he's not. But I need to learn some stuff. Yeah. You need to get used to some stuff. And that's when I started telling like, hey.
He'll love this. He will love it.
I know he's gonna love it. But I started to try him to give him a lot of some tips, and then he just what do you do to build up your confidence? How to read when the ball is coming to you? So a couple of easy things that you call, which are very meaningful when you goalkeeper.
Yeah, okay.
Keepers, as you know, is like 50% of the team. So if your keeper is confident enough, the game is more than won. Yeah. So try to keep pushing him as much as we can, and just teaching him how to goalkeep.
He won't admit that.
He won't admit that for sure. And now, well, you can tell some of the tips have shown up. Well, now he's been in the, I think, team of the week for maybe
2 weeks,
in a row.
Yeah.
So
whoever picks that.
There we go. Before that, he wasn't even. So you can tell I've done at least a little bit of a job there. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good that you're a good goalkeeper, just in case Carlton, ever need you. But you probably won't, because you have so many goalkeepers at Carlton. Who do you think deserves the starting spot the most? Can you answer that?
It's too hard. It's too hard. Look, at the moment, we had Samantha and Marcin. David hasn't been training with us for a while. I think maybe for the quarantine, maybe for that. Not sure what's happened there. But I can tell that Marcin and Samantha have been rocking up to a couple of trainings that we have done outdoors. And even though I would say that both of them will be really unfit and lose some of their abilities, you can tell that they still have some reflexes going on.
Yeah. So it's still a competition between them?
Yeah, exactly. So it's still a competition. Both of them have very, very good qualities.
Yeah.
And I would say it just depends on how they're feeling on the day of the game, the match day, how they rocked up, if they pumped, you can tell on that.
Well, before we wrap it up, we've been stuck in isolation, quarantine. You're working here every day, trying to get stuff ready, and being away from SFV. We're coming back soon. What are your predictions for the season? You and Fitzroy were neck and neck. They, I think, were beating you on goal difference. I think they were first. But you just came off beating Pascoe Vale 10-5, which is a pretty big accomplishment. It looks good for you guys. What do you think?
Well, as I keep telling the boys, we cannot leave anything for granted or anything, but we just need to keep pushing up as high as we can. Yeah. Our main goal is, of course, to win every single title. Every single title. That's our aim. And we can tell that Fitzroy, they have a very good squad, very good. They have make a really good squad coming up now because they have very good signings with Michael Nguyen. Tyler has been playing as the best as well. Scott has been playing again amazingly. So, and that's only 3 of them, which
both your teams have young players coming up that are going to fight
exactly
for years.
And
I
even
think
Elias has been playing amazing futsal as well.
Sinan and Harry,
exactly,
it's
Sinan as well.
Yeah.
So it's very, 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 very hard to tell. You know what? We're gonna beat them. We're gonna smash them. It's hard to tell, but I do expect us to be at least up there, winning the title. I would say we want to push for it, and we are motivated enough, and we hunger for the title. I think this Carlton deserves it.
Do you think Harry Robotis is coming up as one of the best young talents?
Well, we actually got to talk the other day. I think it was maybe with Sharps. We were talking about it. Like we actually. I didn't know how good he was gonna be when Sharps told me, like, all right, we're getting Harry to play for us. I said, all right, that sounds good. We're just gonna be another youngster who's gonna come in, and we're just gonna try to get him on, and we're gonna have to train him. And as big surprise when he came in, and his smartness on the game is delightful.
Yeah.
I was really surprised. Since he started, we were like very, very, well, at least me, I was very shocked, but surprised in a very good way that he was able to do some movements that maybe most of the boys were not able to read.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, his smartness and movement on the game has, well, it actually shocked us, and we say, you know what, Harry is just, we thought he was going to be a 16 or youth player. And he has been actually becoming one of the senior players that has been actually being consistent enough. So, same thing. He's still very young. He's still like 16, 17 years old. But at this stage, we just want him to keep getting much better. So, everything that we're going to do is we're going to try to push him more and more and more. Yeah, even though that he can be maybe at the senior levels already. If he get that complacent now, it's gonna be bad for him going to the future days. So I would say, us from the Carlton squad, from the older group, from the Carlton senior staff, we're gonna try to get him and push him as much as we can, so he can keep getting much and much better. That's the aim for us.
All right, well, look, it's freezing in this stadium. I don't have a jacket, so let's wrap this up.
It's freezing up here. I got no idea. Just want a coffee here. Oh my gosh.
These coffees are cold now. Thanks a lot, Arturo. Thanks for doing this interview. It's been very good. People are going to love it. I guess tune in for the next one. We'll keep them coming. Thanks for watching, everyone. And yeah, see you next time.
Beautiful. Have a good one, guys. And just one advice, keep tuned on, and Series Futsal Victoria is going to be back soon, so get ready for it.
Thanks, Arturo.